ass off, bro! I have the high ground!
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor. On the Tribe of Nerds.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds, back for more Harry Potter coverage with Pirate Sarah, Kevin, and Cameron. Really excited because we're going to be talking about Half-Blood Prince, and we're almost through the 8 original Harry Potter movies. So welcome back, guys, and let's get right into it with our impressions on Half-Blood Prince.
Fuck you, Kevin, for one. That's where I just wanted to start it. So you guys can take it because I know Kevin's going to be on some bullshit, of course.
I mean, you know, it's not Order of the Phoenix, so it's not my favorite. So,
yeah,
I do think okay, there are some things that annoy me about it. It is overall good. Like if I'm like overall thumbs up, thumbs down, I'm thumbs upping it as opposed to those first 2 movies. But I legitimately do think Order is better. And I know that like some book fans think that is controversial, and I get it. I did not read the books. I don't care about that. I think the thing that kind of frustrates me about it is that there's like I know that they're leaving so much for the last book / last 2 movies. You know what I mean? Like there's all these Horcruxes. They think they find one, and then it turns out that that one isn't even a real one. You know, like, so it's like things like that that kind of, like, overall it's a good movie, but I'm a little like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wasn't Harry like drunk or something? Isn't that when he's like at the pinch?
Oh yeah, where he's doing the pincers.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I love High Harry. That's my guy. But as far as the movie, I did really like this one. The one thing I like about this movie so much is that it is serious, but as compared to the last one, The Order, it gives us a little, it brings us back to those like 1, 2, and 3, a little bit of more of that lightheartedness, you know, that watching Harry be high through all those scenes, you know, you're just like, what is this kid doing? Like, this is hilarious. It's so funny. Daniel Radcliffe portrays High Harry so good. Like, it's one of my favorite parts of that movie. And I feel like with the stuff that we know is coming in the next 2, having this like little lightheartedness before it gets real fucked up, like I really did enjoy this movie. And also Kevin lost in that mini against me, so good talk.
Oh, and I meant to say, one of the things that I think is good is that like even knowing, like, because I've seen them before, but like even knowing what's coming up with Snape, like the like whole movie long, like, do we trust him or do we not? Like,
it's like you.
Right, don't. But I mean, do. No, but like I think that was good. Like, there are a lot of parts of it that are good. Like, it's an overall good movie. But like I said, there's some things that are like meh to me. Whereas like the whole time I'm watching Order, like I said, I know I'm not a book fan. I didn't read the books, so like I get that book fans have an issue with it. But like as I'm watching the 5th movie, I'm like, oh, everything is so good. And as I'm watching this one, I'm like, yeah, that was a mistake.
I feel like that should be like on the teacher's bar exam. Like, have you read all the Harry Potter books? Like, I feel like that should be on there 100%.
I do want to, in a way, only because I'm a public school teacher in Florida and they try to ban books here. So I want to be like, you want to ban that one? Let me read it. So I can give a full synopsis to my students.
And then I'm coming to the board meeting and I'm just going to be like, I didn't know you could read.
I mean, me either. It's all those years. It's just that I've been alive for so long. It's impossible not to learn.
Right. I love that we're just sitting here having a good time and Cameron's just sitting there like, I fucking hate you, Kevin.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's hate. I more loathe him.
But I love you so much.
I love you too, Kevin. But you hurt me. It's so funny how it played out, and I love that. But we're here to talk about the Half-Blood Prince. So
Not the half-blooded traitor.
yeah, the half-blooded traitor over here. I mean, all of you have voted me out of the game, so it's fine.
Oh yeah,
All
because I
three
did
of
it
you.
in Traitors.
Yeah, so we've all broken that seal. Now it's my revenge tour, so I guess it'll happen eventually. Maybe when I'm old and withered like Kevin, I can take revenge. But for now, I enjoyed the Half-Blood Prince. It made me have a good chuckle or two. I would say it's not as funny as Order of the Phoenix. It's shockingly darker in color and saturation than Order of the Phoenix, which I remembered to be the darkest like film overall in color,
Mhm.
which it wasn't because Umbridge is very bright. Um, but that knowing what happens, like knowing Snape is the Half-Blood Prince, it's still so satisfying to watch him kind of coax Draco through this trauma, this like he has to go and kill Voldemort, but he has to do it. He doesn't even want to do it. And this school year is just so stressful for Draco the entire time because he's trying to do it in ways that are not direct, right? Like the necklace and the poison bottle, which all end up getting into Harry's way somehow because Draco's luck, right? The Vanishing Cabinet, I actually quite enjoyed, but how does nobody go and take the one from Borgin and Burke's after you know it's there? Like, that seems like a pretty big item, magical artifact to be left at this random furniture store.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And let's not forget Draco Malfoy is dressed like a fucking funeral director the entire film.
Yeah, and it's like they were in their robes for a majority of the film, I'd say, but like Draco's still walking around in his little one-piece suit, having a great time.
Yeah, watching Harry talk to people he's blackmailed to keep quiet, like
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed Half-Blood Prince. I would agree with Kevin that I liked Order of the Phoenix better, but like I still enjoyed this movie. I think that it was a lot of necessary exposition. It actually explained like what it needed to explain, kind of, with like leading up to talking about the Horcruxes and everything. And just like and again, I think a great part of the Harry Potter series is leaving the little clues, the breadcrumbs leading up to what they're about to reveal by the end of it.
The
And
butterflies.
yeah. And so I really enjoyed that in this film again. And I just remember when I first watched this many years ago, about just like things I didn't remember. Like I didn't remember that that Horcrux was fake. Like I actually thought that was the real locket. And then I'm like, oh, it was fake the entire time. I did not remember that. And just like, yeah, I mean, it was really cool to go back and rewatch that and see what I missed when I was a boy. But yeah, I think let's move on to talking about the movie in general. So really this movie kicks off with them with Dumbledore taking Harry to go find Professor Slughorn, who is disguised as
Is the armchair.
It was
his
a chair.
armchair,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, it's such an old people move. You know what I mean? I feel like that's Kevin and like his future in Florida is just like turning into a dumbass old ratted chair.
Be a recliner, just so you know.
But like one where it's like stuck, where you got to like pull it out. You know what I mean? Like one of those. Yeah.
Because it's old and falling apart, like me. Yes.
Of course, decrepit. Yeah. Honestly, I love that. Good scene. The opening, you know what? I will like, and when they come in, they're like, yeah, he's in here. He's this fucking chair, whatever. I would have just kicked it. But then they're like, oh, the Muggles are in like the Canary Islands or whatever. So let's put this place back together. And I'm just sitting there like, you could have just done that. You could have just fucking picked this bullshit up a kiss and fix so many things. And they only use it like this time. It pisses me off. But Slughorn low-key gives me like collector vibes, obviously, because like he's just around here like, give me all the good kids, like I want the smart ones, like low-key creeps me out. So that's how I felt.
Yeah,
you want him to collect me? Like,
Right.
it's such a weird thing.
yeah.
Right. I would just low-key like be weird. Like, yeah, if someone's like, I taught your mom and now I want, like, this guy comes back specifically to teach Harry. Like, I would get such pedo vibes from this. Like, this guy who's just been hanging out as an armchair for 12 years or whatever, and he just wants to come back to this school just for me. Like, all the shit that Harry's been through thus far in the movie, not one red flag popped up for him. Like, God, you know what? I better check under the backside of that recliner. It could be Voldemort. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
To be fair, Slughorn is like meant to be that kind of shady character because he gave Voldemort the information about Horcruxes. That's the whole point, bringing him back, is that Harry can find out the information that Dumbledore doesn't have, which is the fact that Voldemort made a bunch of Horcruxes because Slughorn taught him, like, told him how to do it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it
Yeah,
is,
I mean, we totally could have gone about it a way less Bill Cosby way, though. You know?
yeah, like he's overall like he'll help the good side, but he clearly is a misguided soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you spend your days as a non-leather recliner, and I'm sure it'll get to you.
Yeah.
And like as a teacher, I was like, bro, you can't play favorites like that. Like you can't just invite some of your students to a special dinner. Like, it's not cool.
Oh, yeah. You mean like when Kristen doesn't invite me to like mini game nights and stuff?
No, that's intentional. Like that's by request.
Well, so this is the same actor, I think, that was in like he was in Hot Fuzz, I believe, as the police captain in that movie. So like I like this actor, and I was like, oh, the guy from Hot Fuzz, I didn't even remember that he was in this movie. So but I liked Slughorn for like the purpose he served for the plot and everything. But I mean, of course, it's definitely a little weird, the relationship and whatnot that he has with Harry. So I'm not
Right?
gonna.
It's just so weird.
He wasted no time asking for that venom either when Harry was high and with Hagrid. Like, this guy is mourning his giant dead spider, and you wasted no time asking for
He was like, hey, so about your dead pet, right? The dog.
Yeah.
Okay, but that entire thing is weird because Hagrid is mourning a dead spider that tried to kill Harry. So
Right.
like that whole scene is weird, and Harry's high during it. The whole thing is weird. I don't blame Slughorn as being the only weird one in that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I get it. It is a spider, but like, let's be honest here. I was on the phone with Kevin yesterday, and he said he was going to pick up crickets to feed his reptiles. So, like, he would cry over one of them, be talking shit on Hagrid for crying over a spider. Fuck out of here.
I would not cry over the crickets. I would cry for my sweet baby lizards.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
this
It's like,
was his
it
pet,
might
like
not
he
be a
named it.
spider for you, but I think the representation in that scene was just like people love all sorts of things, even if they're ugly, like you, Kevin.
I'll have you know, back in the 1500s, I was considered very good looking.
I bet. Yeah, times have changed. Times are tough. It'll come back around. They always say fashion comes back around. Give it another couple hundred years, you'll be good.
Back when Kevin lived in Agrabah, you know?
Are we in
I don't know.
A whole new
You're a
world.
fucking street rat.
All right then.
He is gorgeous, though.
I love that none of us can do anything seriously.
No, we can't.
No.
But that's the fun of this podcast. If we were serious, I don't think people
Jake's
would.
been collecting the crazy ones.
Yeah, I'm collecting. Yes.
Should
Jake
I
is Slughorn.
be on a podcast?
So then some other notable stuff. I mean, we have all the Lavender stuff in this movie with Lavender and Ron and just like her being the creepy stalker.
Fucking Juan
They-
Juan. I swear I never want to hear that again.
Oh, Lavender Brown is the worst.
Yeah.
However, they captured like the awkward teen romance so well. So
Yeah.
well.
I know.
Like,
This
whereas
is the
I
same
was
one
like,
where they had to get ready. No, that was the other one. Never mind. But
When-
it just, yeah, same thing. Like when they had to get ready for the Yule Ball and McGonagall made Ron dance with her and shit. And just
Yeah.
like the awkwardness of like having to dance with a teacher. Cause like I know, I mean, Kevin, I don't, you probably invented square dancing, but like when we were kids, we had to do like pokey pokey, and then you had to get a partner. And like, even though you did one of those near touch things, it was still like, oh my God, like, you know, it's just awkward. But yes, I agree. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
but even the Yule Ball was like, like I ended up at the end of that being like annoyed with Harry and Ron because I thought like they were comparatively being so like rude to their dates. But like
Yeah.
this one was so balanced of like they're all super awkward, but they're all also like what 14?
Yeah.
Like they are awkward. Like it was. I
Aren't
thought
they
it was
16 in this one, technically?
What-
Yeah,
Whatever
they're
they are.
16 in this one. They were 14 in Goblet of Fire.
Listen. When you've been alive for 1,000 years, being off by 2 years is no big deal.
Said Slughorn.
But but yeah, I thought it was like, again, like as someone who like I have fifth graders now, and like the fifth graders are all dating, and like it's so awkward and it's so funny. So like
Oh my God.
seeing like teenagers doing some of the same things, I was like, this is accurate. This is funny. Well done.
Yeah, it was definitely funny to watch this, and then like you have the breakup happening because Ron said Hermione's name, and then Lavender ran away crying, which was funny.
I feel like
Gosh,
we're
does
jumping through a lot
that
of the
not
awkward
remind you of the mini when Cameron accidentally said Greg's name and didn't write down Susan's name? Just whoops.
Nobody told me anything. Everyone just voted blind, and it seems some people landed on Susan, some people landed on me. I landed on Greg, who I didn't even want to vote. It was just literally the only name I had heard. Anyways, Lavender Brown sucks. I wish she got hit by those little birds. It's a shame she dies in the last one, but we'll get to that.
It's
But
no, it's fine.
it's not a shame. Whatever, Lavender. You kissed our Juan. Get out of here.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, she was so creepy. Just that obsessive, clingy like thing that everybody just fears. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I
What-
could not imagine. I would have punched her in her curly ass head for sure. I would have
Yeah.
taken her to the top of the Quidditch tower and pushed her the fuck off. Like no
Okay,
joke.
but like that's not that big a deal because you would do that to most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess she would be on like a long list, so it would take me a while to get to her for sure.
While Lavender is cringy, she's not the most crazy love interest in this movie because Romilda Vane comes out of nowhere and
Oh.
love potions Harry Potter, or tries to.
And goes hits Ron
Consistently.
instead.
Yeah.
Right, tries to Voldemort her. That's some that's fucked
And-
up.
Imagine if Lavender came across Ron while he was on this love potion talking about how much he's in love with Romilda Vane. Lavender would kill him.
Yeah.
Like, he said Hermione's name while he was dazed,
Oh
and
my
she broke
God.
up with him and hated him for the rest of their franchise. But he was going around like, I need to be with Romilda. Yeah. Like,
God.
Right.
or Harry. Thank God Harry didn't get that.
Yeah.
But again, that's like so perfectly an awkward teenager thing to do of like, well, I kind of think I might like this person, so let me cast a love potion on them so they're obsessed with me. Like, it's
Yeah.
so funny.
Well,
And I didn't
love-
realize that the love potion wasn't the one from the shop at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It was like she learned it at class in potions when they talked about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I was learning so much more watching it again.
Yeah.
I know,
and,
right?
like,
I know, and that's one thing I was so confused about too, because like I get teaching the kids like stuff that needs to be known, but like with Slughorn was like I think what was it, that liquid death, and he was
Yeah.
just like, oh, one drop of this would kill us all. Like, okay, like we get like I think it's in the textbook, but like there's some fucked up kids in this class. Could we not Can we
Yeah,
be careful?
why are we teaching each other how to give each other poison, basically?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, he's already ashamed of the whole Voldemort thing, right? Has already altered a memory, but he's still like, yeah, this shit could kill us all.
Mhm.
What are we thinking?
Yeah. But he did say how difficult it was to properly make liquid death, right? Like only one person had done it. So maybe it wasn't as threatening as it was.
Right.
But when the one person who did it before was either Snape or Voldemort, maybe don't do this lesson.
Mhm.
Right. Maybe skip this chapter in the syllabus for sure.
And has Snape
maybe it's supposed to be like the Kobayashi Maru from Star Trek, where like no one's supposed to do it, and you're supposed to get frustrated by it, and you're supposed to be in the way, and maybe that's the point. I don't think that that's at all explained, but it was also funny to see Hermione not be the best at something for a change.
Oh my God. I was gonna say that, just seeing her like, you're not supposed to crush it. That's not what the book says. And Harry's just like, and she's just, it works better. Like, yes, just the inner like bad girl in me was just like, ah, fuck you, Hermione. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody just always has somebody that's better than them at something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Hermione had met her match. I mean, even though it was Snape, but through Harry at that certain thing, and it just got to her core.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I did want to go back to Fred and George's shop, because like if you notice all the details, like they literally have a thing of Umbridge like flying around, and like I thought that was a funny little detail.
Amazing. And of course you got to get the brotherly thing in there of, hey, this is 5, but I'm your brother. All right, fuck you, 10, like
Yeah.
you gotta, I love it. Yeah. I do like how the Weasleys got their shop, and that they put it in there. Like, again, Kevin obviously couldn't find the time to read the books. But yeah, I do like that they included that in there, because with the way they left off Order of the Phoenix and just the Weasleys breaking free, and they're done with this shit, and then they show that they have a shop, they've been successful, they're not just living in the burrow, just tinkering around, like that they've done something. It's good for the fans to see that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's bigger in the book, but like I was like, oh yeah, because they quit school because they were mad at Umbridge. Cool, good.
Yeah. I was like, did they quit or they got expelled for
Whatever. They intentionally got expelled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have done it too. I'd have set that place on fire and go fuck yourself.
Well, they just would have used that spell in only this movie to rebuild everything.
Yeah.
No, I would too. See, this is why we actually get along, Sarah, because I would too. Fuck that bitch.
Well, speaking of setting things on fire, we have Bellatrix setting like both the Weasleys' home and Hagrid's hut on fire in this movie, which
Let's go.
What
wild.
a pyromaniac.
Yeah, I was like, I remember her doing that from like watching it, when it came out, but I was like, geez, she just does not care. She's just gonna set fire to everything.
I would. Who gives a fuck? Like, she's crazy. Yeah. I would too. Like if I have something against you, easiest thing I could do, fucking fire or Avada Kedavra. Like, that's it. I only need to know 2 spells, fucking Incendio and that one. Like, who cares?
Yeah. I love that Sarah's like, yeah, I completely identify with the not just villain, but the crazy villain from this franchise. Yeah, she makes perfect sense to me.
I love her. Yeah, 100% love her. I just love her. I just love somebody that takes no bullshit, but like also, you would think someone would learn, being that in love with Voldemort and how Voldemort came to be, that maybe you would like calm down with the crazy, but guess not.
No, when they do something, sometimes they do something that's like so like it's so how an actual kid would be that I'm like, I can't even be mad, because like, yeah, it's dumb, but like it's dumb because a 16-year-old did it. Like, why did you chase them into the cornfield, Harry? Why did you chase them and leave the house undefended?
Yeah.
Idiot. But like that's a kid thing to do.
Yeah. Well, can we talk about like Ginny, how Ginny is like super protective of Harry now, like that we get to actually see their relationship, whereas in Order of the Phoenix a big flaw was that Ginny was just there.
Yeah, it is
kind of
that's
seeing
something
Dean.
we talked about in previous podcasts too, is like, I'm pretty sure I brought it up too, is like, but that's how we we've always seen Ginny, like, and even you just said it, but she was always there. You
Mhm.
know, they always gave us those little shots of her being around, or I think there was the one, like, we might even view it as pointless, and where Harry came to the burrow, like, right before school started, and
Mhm.
Ginny was like, you know, oh, Harry's here, whatever, and she was like, you
Yeah.
know, like, we didn't
Yeah.
need that scene, but looking back from where we are now, okay, she was always there around, so, like, it does make sense.
Right.
Yeah. And like it was like a little bit weird to me watching the last one of like, wait a minute, isn't she supposed to be younger? Like, why is she hanging out with the older kids? But then like also she's not that much younger, and like you hang out with your older siblings sometimes. So like
Mhm.
like there was a part of it that was a little weird, but then like, oh no, actually, like, okay, I get that. Kids do that.
Yeah. She's only 1 year younger than Harry, I
Yeah.
believe. So
And it turns out that she's like super powerful. Like that was one of the things in Order where she does the spell, and like something happens. They're like when they're in that room with all the balls.
yeah.
She
Like,
sends
all
that like one gigantic
The
explosion.
prophecies, you uncultured swine. Like, what are we doing here?
Listen, I have been alive for over 1,000 years. I can only remember so many words. I don't know what you want from me. No, but
You
like
seem to
they're
remember
in
Cameron on your parchment pretty easily.
To be fair, I only said Cam. I didn't spell Cameron.
Not even putting respect on my name.
It's too many
Okay.
letters. No, so like we also did get some of that. So like it also kind of makes sense that like all right, fine, we'll let her hang out with us. She is really good at this stuff.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. And any other thoughts, Cam or Sarah, on the Ginny and Harry relationship?
No, I would like to hear more about Cam and Kevin, though. That was fun.
Ginny kind of annoys me in this one a little bit. I don't know. She just like she enters the frame kind of weird. I don't know. Like when she's hiding the book in the room of requirement and Harry's standing there with his eyes closed, and she comes in like Voldemort going over top of Dumbledore in like his grave. I'm like, oh, and they start kissing. I'm like, this is not a fun scene for anybody here.
I
And they're
know.
so close to the freaking what's it called from Borgin and Burke's, the vanishing cabinet.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's in there, Harry. Find the dead bird, find the bitten apple. I don't know. This is where they're gonna come from.
Yeah.
And how are they getting to the room of requirement? I guess did Draco know about it because of them using it in Order of the Phoenix, so now he can summon the room of requirement?
I guess.
mean,
There were prerequisites to be allowed in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he needed another funeral director suit. Who knows?
Well, they broke into it. Like he was with the people he was with Umbridge when they like broke into it and caught everybody.
Right.
So
right.
they know how to find it now.
Mhm. Very true. All right, and then let's talk about Draco then. Draco's arc in this movie and how conflicted he is throughout the whole thing and just like doing this stuff, and like it culminates at the end with him not being able to be the one to kill Dumbledore. Like, I really liked his arc in this movie. I think gives him a lot more depth that we haven't seen up to this point in the series as much. So I really enjoyed Draco in this movie.
I did too. Yeah, and I think his actor Tom Felton and even his mother did a fantastic job of just showing us that even though Draco and the Malfoys have this Slytherin pure blood thing like on them, and they're like, you know, in it, and they followed it, there's still some hesitation with it, you know, that and Draco does such a good job at showing us, like, you know, just he's sweating and he's looking around, and you know, you can tell all these things, like he doesn't know if he wants to do it. Like, I think Draco's kind of like me, like he is a dick, but like he doesn't want to go out of his way to be, you know, hurtful or harmful, you know what I mean? So
And yet you do.
oh yeah, I don't give a fuck, so that's where he fucked up. Oh, you want me to kill someone? How's that? Fucking done. You know?
Yeah, and like I thought that the idea that like, well, maybe he isn't, like maybe he wasn't so bad on his own. It's just like his parents are the evil ones, and so like that's why he like okay. I mean, maybe he's a redeemable character somehow. Still an asshole, but like, and like, did he fully understand what was going on with the cabinet? Like, did he know that they were going to come through it? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
Like
pretty
he's
much.
Drake, I forgot I named myself that. I should change that. Sorry, I can't speak. At the start of the movie, when Draco kicks Harry in the face and is like,
oh
"That's
yeah.
from my father." Your father was going to Azkaban regardless, bud. Like it's not
Right.
Harry's fault. He's a Death Eater, and he just killed Sirius Black. He gets his time.
Mhm.
right.
I still want to know how Draco knew Harry was there when he was eavesdropping on that train. You know what I mean? Like, I still want to
He
know
saw
how.
the suitcase move.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I didn't have my
Yeah.
glasses on, so I couldn't fucking see. So, okay.
You know who did have her glasses on was Luna.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how she made sure that he safely got off the train.
That's
Yeah,
right,
but-
because she saw the wax spurts in his head. That's right, because you
Right.
have those too, obviously, voting for
Clearly.
Cameron.
Clearly. No, but I also like, because I love Luna, I also a little bit loved that like some of those like weird things that she says that everybody thinks are kind of crazy. Like, no, actually maybe they're true. Cause see, like she's put on those glasses and she found the thing that she's always talking about. So
Yeah.
I like that for her. But yeah, that only had to happen because Draco's a dick.
Why was Luna walking through an empty train though with her glasses on? Like she never wears those
Crazy.
glasses around any other time in the entire series, but she's walking through an empty train and just comes across Harry Potter. Like, does she do this every year? Just clear out the train with her little glasses on, trying to
Searches for
maybe
spare
recover the
change and
quibblers
shit.
people left on the
Maybe
train.
the Nargles told her to do it. I don't know.
The spare
She
quibblers.
was looking for her shoes. You
They
know,
needed
I
they
just
needed
got
Luna
here.
they needed Luna to do something for 3 scenes in this movie. So
Oh, the sound of her fixing Harry's nose still makes me wince. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
stand it.
the bone cracking or
I've
the
done a couple toes before. It's kind of the same thing. No, it's not, Luna.
Right? Did we see how Lockhart fixed the arm? That did not go good.
nope.
Bones are
But
tough.
because Luna's actually a really good witch.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
not a
everyone
fraud, yeah.
questions her. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would question her if she came up to me with some glasses like that. I don't know if I'd let her fix my broken shit.
And her lion mask.
Yeah, it's a little too much. It's like Kevin, you know what I mean? I can only take so much of it.
I think Ron's
Listen-
a hoot in this movie, though. He
Oh,
has
yeah.
the most fun of anyone. He's eating good. You know, he's on the Quidditch team. He's getting made out with by more girls. Hermione confesses
He's
her
with
love for
all
him,
the girls.
Yeah, he's
You know?
fighting
Yeah,
with
that's
Harry over
right.
textbooks.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, that's
Ron had
a
a great movie.
Yeah.
I forget this is the one where it's where he thinks he took liquid luck for the Quidditch tryouts,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so good. I love seeing pretend high Ron. That's great. He just thinks he's the shit. Like, and then it was him all the time. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah. That was a good
We never
moment.
get a reaction from Ron to when he figures out that there's no liquid luck that he used because Harry uses it, right? He has no reaction. He's like, oh, I am just that awesome? Sick.
Ron's best movie for sure so far. Let's talk about this fake Horcrux in the spooky cave. And the weird
Oh.
goblin people that just like come out of the water and like I don't know. I just for a fake Horcrux, I thought, okay, at least this is a real Horcrux, but it's like then it's a fake one, and I'm just like, what was the point of this spooky cave then?
Well,
Right.
it is where the real Horcrux was hidden.
Oh,
But
okay.
here's my question. How did RAB, what I forget his real name, but he went there, did all of that, got the Horcrux, but had a perfect replica knowing what the Horcrux was already? Or did he go back, do it again, then leave it? And like, did he do this alone? Because it didn't seem like Dumbledore or Harry could have done this alone. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of steps to have gotten this Horcrux that he left a replacement with notes in it. And it's maybe because he knew it was like the Dark Lords and everything. Maybe he was a Death Eater and he knew that the locket was a thing. So he had a replica made prior, but still, it's a lot to go through.
Who
Right,
is
just-
RAB again? I'm sorry. I can't.
Regulus something black. Like he's
Oh,
related
so
to
Sirius's
Sirius
brother.
because when Creature was living in the house and Mundungus came and raided it, he took the real locket.
I remember now. Yeah.
I do not remember that. So I'm gonna be surprised by that when I watch it.
Yeah, I remember that now because I was like, who is RAB? And then, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through some shit like that, especially just how close like Harry and Dumbledore were having to like force this to drink all that shit and like
No, you know
So-
what? Watching this movie, Dumbledore deserved that because Dumbledore, like Harry's close to Dumbledore. Dumbledore's like, oh, I need this person to come back, and Harry's gonna be my bait. Oh, I'm gonna use Harry to get this person's memory back. Like,
But
you,
he's
Dumbledore.
known the whole time, like the whole like in the other movie, you know, the bringing the pig to the slaughter. Like Dumbledore knew exactly what he was doing this whole time. That he needed Harry. He just, you know, had to befriend him and stuff. It's perfect, honestly.
Dumbledore. I don't feel bad for Dumbledore. I feel bad for Harry, but I don't feel bad for Dumbledore.
Yeah,
Not to go
that's-
back to Kevin voting me out, but
This is this entire podcast, right?
I just thought of a great meme of me being Dumbledore on the ground and you guys spoon feeding me my pre-merge placements over and over again, and I'm like, no, please. Second place. Oh no, please.
And then Kevin is Snape killing you.
Yeah,
and
they're
Dumbledore-
just Harry force feeding it down my throat. I can't help it.
Good, you have to do it. We need a fucking alumni chat thing so we can send all these memes to. Because like I feel like so many more people need to see them than just us three.
Should we do a reunion chat for Heroes versus
I
Villains?
swear,
And do we
could.
include Kenna?
No, we don't include Ken and Cody. We just include the 16 of you, me, and then if mods want to join. But
Hey, 15th place sounds better.
yeah, it does sound better.
Oh my god, I love it. Just fucking Cameron. No, no,
No,
please don't make me drink it.
I don't want it. No, no. I'm gonna make it. I
And
have
there's
to.
Kevin
now.
like, no, you have to.
You
have
have to
to.
keep drinking.
One
You
more.
have to go early.
And it's actually perfect for me to do because it ended up being a fake Horcrux, and I ended up not actually having to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a perfect analogy.
Yeah,
Give me-
it really works.
It could be. I love that. Well, you guys could do the unbreakable bond, where like you guys are doing the unbreakable bond, and then there's me. Like, nope.
It's the unbreakable vow, by the way.
Sorry. Well, you guys had a good
You
bond.
called Kevin
you
out
know.
earlier. You get it too.
It's fine. It's fine.
But that also is hardcore because Snape, bruh, you didn't actually have to do it. They probably would have just let you by. You know?
Yeah, let's
Right.
let's
You
You
could've
talk
jumped
about
on that.
Snape
It's like,
now.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
don't- you
He
don't
could have just
think?
signed the witness papers and been done with it. No, he had to get hands on with it.
Yeah, let's talk about our Half-Blood Prince Snape and the death of Dumbledore. So what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Oh God, you know the whole time, like he was just waiting with his cape, like I'm the Half-Blood Prince. Like you know, he was waiting
Dramatic
for that
Snape.
moment just to be like, oh, like you thought you were good, bitch. I just love it. Like you didn't
how-
even know what gillyweed was 2 years ago. Okay, think I'm not onto you.
How
No, I really liked how like he like even like as I was watching it, he seemed like hesitant to do the vow, right? Like there the whole time, and then like in the tower, like he comes up behind Harry and he's like, shh, like I've got this. I've got like, and so the whole time you're like, is he good? Is he bad? Is he good? Is he bad? And then he kills Dumbledore, and you're like, no. But then that comes back around because like that was all part of the scheme the whole time anyway. So like I appreciated that.
Yeah. How did Snape leave his little potion book in that cupboard for all these years? He's been a potion teacher for how long? There's no way no other student has come across this book, learned the spells and stuff. You know?
Yeah, I am curious. Yeah, that's one thing I can't remember if that's in the book is how
Well,
did
he's the potions teacher, so he probably was like, no, not that one. And then the first year that he's not the potions teacher, like he's not there.
Right.
Yeah. And
That's
you know
right,
what?
because
It
that
at the
book was
bottom
in the
and
most
Harry
immaculate
Mormont.
condition.
Mhm.
So it was probably like, yeah, around the room and Slughorn coming in with his fix this bullshit-a-kiss. You know what I mean? Like it could have just went back to the cabinet. So
I like the fact that Snape is the Half-Blood Prince, but I feel like we needed more information on why he called himself the Half-Blood Prince. Like, why that name? Like, I get
well,
your
are you
half,
kidding
but
me?
why Prince? Who
Look
are your
at him.
parents?
Look at him and look at me. That is like the emo child anthem. You know that kid, he would have grew up listening to like Evanescence and Paramore and like just
He's
pissed
hiding
off.
in trees. Like,
Come on. That's such an emo kid move.
So
Like
he's Snape would be the one to just call himself something really edgy.
that's what I'm saying. Like if he had an email, he'd be 42 and still have like the email from when he was 16 that was like Dark Prince 420. You know what I mean?
Half-Blood
Like
Prince
100%.
at gmail.com.
At AOL.com.
MSN Messenger.
Right, yeah. Kevin, you were around when beepers were around. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he definitely would have had like the all black beeper with like the red lights on it. Like
Kevin still tries to spin his phone before he calls anybody.
he's like, oh damn it, no.
yeah, Snape definitely had the rotary phone, but like it looked like a bone. Like that's what he answered.
Like
it wasn't
a bone.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did, yeah, probably. It probably looked like the Elder Wand for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean it's sad to see Dumbledore die again. It like started with Goblet of Fire, like characters are just gonna drop dead, and like at this point, this was like yet another big character in Harry's life that's just going to be gone, and like it just makes
Another parental figure in Harry's
Right.
life.
No, just the abandonment issues I feel for like this character, you know what I mean? Just fucking everyone just dead. Like I would be afraid for Harry and her or Ron and Hermione at this point. You know what I mean? I'd be
No,
like,
I'd be afraid for McGonagall. Like
maybe we need some space. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of McGonagall, we also finally got the line of when there's trouble or whatever, why is it always when something happens, why is it always you three?
Great line.
I feel like that's you to us, Jake.
Yeah.
no, that's Cam to the rest of us. Like when I get voted out, why is it always one of you three?
Yeah, seriously, guys. Oh,
I'm just happy to say I didn't do it this time. It wasn't even me.
you wanted to.
I came back from that tribal and I heard it was Cameron. I was like,
Yeah, Sarah's
You
reaction
broke out in laughter.
I was like, Kevin, what did you do? I was like, oh my God. I knew it was Kevin. I knew it. I just knew it.
I love how the stuff I messaged Kevin beforehand, it was just like, oh no, we're good. Like, we don't even need to talk about it. Kevin doesn't say a single thing about this alliance he's been building, gives me no information at all, leaves me blind once the game starts, and then votes me out second. And it's like, oopsie, I didn't want to do it, but
You
I
guys
had all
did. You
these
were like,
pre-aligned plans that I didn't involve you in because I said we're good.
you were like, no, we're heroes. We don't pregame. And I'm just like, okay, you guys are stupid. And then look what happened.
Yeah,
So-
you guys are playing Kumbaya for like a
Dumb.
week.
because it was supposed to be Kenna, then Will, and then Cam and Susan were like on the next like level. And I was like, I mean, we can take out Susan first, I guess. And like, I don't know, I can pull something with Cam, whatever. I'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
And
too
that's
bad
not
you
what
guys lost.
happened.
You guys lost every challenge but one.
Yep. 5 out of 6
Oh.
challenges.
That's too bad. Sorry.
Oh well. All right, we can head to our rankings now, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about from Half-Blood Prince.
Romilda Vane and Lavender Brown still suck.
You're not
I don't
wrong.
care that he's the chosen one, but I am the chosen one.
Oh yeah,
That's a great-
yeah.
That's so good.
And Hermione just smacks it.
Like, even after watching it, I forgot about the enjoyable scenes, I guess, because
Yeah.
like comparing it to Order of the Phoenix, I was like, it's not as fun, but there are those good jokes in it. So It is a very good and enjoyable movie, but it really does build upon what we're about to get. Like we haven't heard about Horcruxes. We don't know how the end game of Harry Potter is going to play out by that point. So they're really just laying out the groundwork that has to be done. Which in my youth, I thought that was Order of the Phoenix. I was like, oh, Order of the Phoenix is boring. It just lays out the groundwork for what happens later. But no, that's actually kind of this one.
Yeah.
So are we saying that Order of the Phoenix is the best one so far? Wow, it's like I was right all along. Cool.
Oh my gosh, Kevin. Sorry, I don't know if you have dementia, but I remember saying that it is the Goblet of Fire is the best one.
All right.
That is not even close to true.
We'll get to it in a minute. Let's go through the villains. So number 1, we have Voldemort. 2, we have Bellatrix. 3, Tom Riddle. 4, Umbridge. 5, Barty Crouch Jr. 6, the Basilisk. 7, Dementors. 8, Quirrell, and 9, Peter Pettigrew. So this one, I mean, are we putting Snape on the list? Or, I mean, he's not technically a villain, but you know.
Well, like they red herring us with him as a villain.
Right.
Same with like Sirius Black. I'd almost put Sirius Black on the villains too, just because they are the villains of those movies until they're revealed to not be.
Right.
You know?
True. Huh.
Yeah, I would put Sirius on there too. The only thing with him is I would put him lower. Like, even though like he was like a big character for Harry, like in the movie wise, we didn't get to see a lot from him. Like, again, you guys didn't read the books. Kevin was around before paper was even invented, so I get it. But yeah,
if it's not written on papyrus, I don't want to read it.
I figured, yeah. I can't imagine what your teacher's syllabus looks like. It's probably just like stone slabs like thrown together.
Yeah, you had a chisel. It took a long time. That's why I'm not very efficient. I didn't have time to write Cameron because I was literally chiseling it into a rock. So
show it to me. Your fingers just destroyed from all the Lego sets you built. You could only fathom writing Cam. Claim all the idols in time, but can only write Cam. Whatever, dude.
The idol.
Did you only write Suz for Susan, or did you give her full due?
Suz. I'm gonna cry. Oh, fuck you guys.
No, I bet you wrote Susan. Two-timing little Kevin. Hey, Jake, think you miscast Kevin as a hero.
I've heard that from multiple people. But I will stand by Kevin being a hero.
No way. If me and Kevin, I can't imagine if we were on the same tribe. I don't know if we still would have like won and stuff. I mean, Kevin's good at like challenges, so probably. But I don't know if Merge would have went different though. You know, that could have been crazy. I don't even
know who I would have swapped with Kevin though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those villains were pretty villainous.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I could have switched as much as people were also critiquing Amy being on the villains team, but also A, she was a last minute replacement for Victoria, and B, Amy's intimidating as hell. So
Amy is scary as hell. Like she haunts many a nightmare. I love her. I love her, and I would like she would always be on my team if I could make one, but like she's scary as hell.
Yeah. Anyway, we should get back to Harry Potter.
Yeah. Wrong podcast.
So I mean, Sirius and Snape, I mean, do we want to put them like...
So, I mean, who is the villain of the movie? Like...
Me.
Bellatrix, but I mean...
Wrong podcast.
Yeah, you're just the villain of life.
I feel like Draco is also kind of the villain of this movie.
Draco
should be on the list, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I agree. I would put him up there probably at even like a high C, just because like you love to hate him kind of thing. I mean, he's
Draco's
Draco, but also
being a villain.
But also that we can add that like kind of dumb looking like strongman.
The other werewolf looking guy that's not Lupin.
Yeah. He's on the team that comes through the cabin.
I don't remember what his name is though.
I forget, man.
Let's call him Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane?
That is an X-Men.
What's wrong with Wolfsbane the X-Men? Nothing.
Wolfsbane
and Marvel Snap?
Is it Fenrir Greyback?
Fenrir Greyback sounds like him.
Yeah, okay.
This guy.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that your lock screen? What the fuck is happening right now?
I'm on IMDb.
My
Okay.
lock screen is a picture of Kevin at the gym, just like bent over in a unicorn costume.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't even know anymore.
Are you
All right,
talking
no,
about the inflatable unicorn costume?
No, I don't know. I also have a crop of it on Snapchat, so I'll have to make something with that.
I'm surprised you didn't pan over and you have it as like a 4x6 canvas print.
You don't
All
know
right,
what
so
canvas prints I have.
Are we putting, so we have Fenrir Greyback, we can put Draco on here, and then if we want to put Snape and Sirius on this list as well, we can, but
I would put Snape as a B because I think he's a better villain than Draco. Because, like, you know, obviously you see the hesitation with Draco more. I think Snape is more willing to just be an asshole for whatever reason. But like, you do see his hesitation more towards the end, but not as much as Draco. But Snape also knows a lot more. He's like been a potions master for a long time. I would put Snape as a B.
I agree with that. Are we putting him like, so there's
I would also put him as a B because he's not like black and white, just a villain.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
So like as a villain, he doesn't get an A.
right. I agree with that. Cam, you in agreement with the B for Snape?
I'm in agreement with the B for Snape.
All right. So where we put, so the B's that we have, I believe it's Barty Crouch Jr., the Basilisk, and the Dementors. So
I mean, I think he's a better character than any of those, so I would put him above those. But
yeah, I agree with that. Okay. So he would go number 5 now, and then we have Fenrir, Greyback, and Draco. Let's just say with Draco, so we want to put him below Snape. So is Draco gonna be at a B as well, or are we making Draco a C?
I'd make Draco a B. I think he's better than Barty Crouch, the Dementors and stuff. Like, he's been an antagonist for Harry since the beginning, but he's really just coming out of the shell kind of now.
We also don't have Lucius Malfoy on here somehow, so
how do we not have him on there?
I don't know.
He should get a B just for his hair. Come on now.
All right,
if it rains, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, I think we give Draco and Lucius both Bs. So, and Lucius should go above Draco just for the mere fact that Draco's that way because of his father. So,
and he's like
he's a B for bad boy.
But Draco's like, for Harry Potter, Draco has been more in his face as the villain. Yeah. Like, yes, his father's evil and follows Voldemort, but Draco's more of a villain towards Harry in every instance.
Right. And I mean, part of it is because he's a kid, but I was always more convinced that, like, while watching it, that like he was going to join the bad guys, whereas like Snape, I was less convinced.
Right.
Like, no, this dude hates Harry. He's a villain.
Yeah. So are we putting Draco and Lucius then above Snape even?
I honestly would, but I'm fine with if you guys decide to put them below Snape. But I think they're more villain than this. I
would personally put Draco below Snape and Lucius above Snape.
Okay.
Because Lucius is just evil.
I hate that I have to agree with Kevin. Like, this has been the most disgusting week of my life because like not only did I go from like hating on him for a month, then we ended up working together and now I'm agreeing with him. Like, next week something needs to change.
Yeah.
It'll be
right. What were you gonna say, Cam?
No, I wasn't gonna. It was gonna be a wheelchair joke. It's not a big deal.
No, you could say the wheelchair.
I told you, I'm not in a wheelchair. I have a walker. I need tennis balls.
Yeah, I brought them to you. Yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't get them to you in time for the mini. I was gonna send you some.
No, I appreciate the thought. It's a thought that counts.
It does. But then I thought, like, oh, if I don't send you tennis balls, then you guys will probably lose the challenge, which you guys did. Obviously, you weren't fast enough. Yeah.
No, but like after all these years on planet Earth.
Yeah, you were like second out in the scavenger hunt. I was like, what are you doing? You don't have nothing in your house. You just live in a log cabin. Like,
I was so mad that I got out on holiday decoration because I ran to get my holiday decorations and I had a Valentine's Day thing just sitting on the counter behind me. So mad at myself.
Sucks. Yeah, I know. I
Dementia.
would have thought of anything like a stick. I would have been like, this is for Christmas.
Right. It's like wow. Anyway. Okay. So Lucius, then Snape, then Malfoy, then Draco,
Yes.
and
Yep.
then I mean, are we adding like the muscle who doesn't speak?
Yeah, I mean, we probably should. I mean, I guess because he doesn't speak. I mean, is he better than the Basilisk and the Dementors, or is he going to go and C? Because I'd be fine with the C, but
He can be a C. He doesn't really do anything. He's just there to be intimidating. He's just there to look scary.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To like
True.
make the bad guy team look more intimidating.
Yeah, and I mean, he's better than Quirrell and Pettigrew. So.
True.
And did we
All
put
right.
Sirius on here?
Yeah, we can put Sirius on here as well. I mean, I would say a B for
No, lower than that, because he was just red herring, but he was still like,
right. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I would put him at like a C if I had to say something.
We're gonna
Okay.
throw the Whomping Willow up on here.
That one we will not. Okay, and then I would say Sirius should go above the other three C's and Pettigrew. So
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So that is the list. All right, Defense Against the Dark Arts. I mean, are we gonna say Snape was it? Because technically Slughorn was potions. But are we gonna make a case and just say Slughorn was technically in this spot? And I should
Slughorn wasn't there. He was potions.
Okay, so
But Snape was Defense Against the Dark Arts this year.
yeah, so we're gonna say Snape. Okay. So the list so far is Lupin at number 1, Mad-Eye Moody number 2, Harry in Order of the Phoenix at number 3, Gilderoy Lockhart number 4, Quirrell number 5, and Umbridge at number 6.
I don't remember what he taught them as.
He
I don't
didn't.
remember that class.
We didn't see any things of it. We just knew from like when they introduced Slughorn's taking over potions and Snape is taking over Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Yeah, they really fucked us on that in the movie. It was just
Like the Slytherins all clap when that's announced, but that's literally all we see of it.
True.
yeah.
So I would still put him like probably at the very bottom just because he just didn't get any screen time in that role that they teased him with for 6 movies.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, are
I would
we-
put him above Umbridge because fuck Umbridge, but like she's the literal worst. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Umbridge literally took away, like she undid things.
Yeah, and
as the
tortured
defense-
children. So
Yes. And was like using things against them that she should have been teaching them. So yeah, I would say he's probably better than that, even though we didn't even see him.
right. All right. So Snape will go at number 6 there. All right, now for the movies. We have number 1, we have Order of the Phoenix. Number 2, Prisoner of Azkaban. Number 3, Goblet of Fire. Number 4, Chamber of Secrets. And 5, Sorcerer's Stone. For Half-Blood Prince, I would say, in my opinion, I'm either putting it at 2 or 3. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say right below Order of the Phoenix for me personally, and above Prisoner of Azkaban, and that should be the top 3 in my opinion. But I know that's going to get argued, so let's go.
No, I would agree with you, Jake, but I also know that so many people love Prisoner so much that like it's not a hill I would die on.
Yeah, true. And
And Prisoner was way better than I remembered it being. So I'm also fine with it. But go ahead, Cam, you have a look on your face like you want to say something.
Yeah, I know.
Am
he
I
does.
hearing that Goblet of Fire is not in the top 3 already?
Yes, you are.
They fought me on it. They're so mean to me. And I think this was the one that Kevin was on too. And
People are so blinded by Prisoner of Azkaban because it's the emo one. We don't need it. But whatever.
Listen,
if
the
I
tournament is
I
not
can't
good.
fight.
The tournament is not good. It's a
It's not
crappy
good.
tournament.
I liked it though. Like it's the whole prospect of it. It's like playing Survivor, like survival of the fittest. Like I love the prospect.
They all
of it.
survive till the end, and they only get out of the final challenge because the maze decides who wins. It's stupid. It's a terrible tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna
They-
say
they-
Survivor sticks to their format. The Triwizard Tournament didn't.
They put a bunch of pussies in the thing. If you would have put me in there, I would have taken them all out, let the devil snare do its job, and that would have been it. No, it would have been no, here, let's share the trophy. BuzzFeed Mean Girls style. Fuck that. I'm gonna kill you. I'm taking the trophy. See ya. Like, that's probably why they upped the age, because, like, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, we can't have kids out here killing each other. Like, I'd have done it.
Because people were getting severely injured in all the tournaments.
So
Yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure.
hearing is we agree that Goblet needs to stay low. Fantastic.
No, I think
So
I think it's flawed but wonderful.
I mean, it's not out of the top 3 yet. It just will be after today.
True.
So yeah, I would say for me, it goes order, and then Prince, and then Prisoner.
Yeah, those are clearly the top 3 for me as well.
But I would switch.
Jake, your
That's
age is showing.
rough.
All right.
Me and Sarah, the young bucks over here defending the tournament arc.
What did I become old all of a sudden?
I love me a good Hunger Games style. Like, let's throw them all in there, let them kill each other. It's fine.
So are you gonna argue with us to put Prisoner above Prince?
I think we
I
should
wouldn't
jump
put
Goblet.
I would put Goblet higher. I wouldn't put Prisoner higher.
I wouldn't put
Okay.
Prisoner higher either.
Okay, then it looks like Prince is number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put Prince 2 just because of that, actually.
Okay.
But I do like 3. It is enjoyable, but it's like, I don't know, Lupin. It's so obvious he's a werewolf the whole time.
Well, because they literally leave you the breadcrumbs. Like,
Yeah, they spoon feed it to me, and I don't like it.
just like
True.
they spoon fed you pre-merge again.
Breadcrumbs to the Tripod Spoken torch snuffer.
Jake,
Cam's just like, what's this?
I'm gonna put you in Kevin's
What's
home.
this?
It's fine. Kevin and I can just
And me and
enjoy
Sarah are
throwing
not.
balls into cups.
What'd you say, Cameron?
I said me and you are not gonna visit them in their home.
Oh God, no way. Actually, you know what? I would, just to fuck with them. Honestly.
You're gonna be in prison because you're awful.
You're setting fire to people's homes because you're
Right.
Belgian.
You're committing arson and murder in this podcast. So you're going to jail. You're not coming to, unless our home is also jail, you're not coming to our home.
You know what? You might end up there too, Kevin. I think so. We might end up bunkies.
The odd couple, and it's you and I in prison together.
Oh God. We'll be hosting that 20th anniversary thing Michael was talking about from prison.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
final 2. We both got 25 years. Hey.
Mhm.
Can we divide our sentence in half since there's 2 of us? No, fantastic.
Can we
We're actually
split the
interviewing
vote?
as a team.
Yeah. All right. So the order is Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Chamber of Secrets, and Sorcerer's Stone. And next week we will be going into our 2-part finale by starting Deathly Hallows Part 1. So really excited for that. Any expectations from you guys going into rewatching the first part of the finale?
Ugh, my heart, for one, is just like so sad. Like I said, this is why I like Half-Blood Prince so much, is like it had those darker elements but it still had those lighthearted parts to it. And the next 2 movies, it's just like there are some funny good lines, but the majority of it is just like just decimation, and it's just sad.
Yeah, we're gonna lose Dobby and Hedwig next week, among other people. So
Spoilers.
Right? Whoa,
yeah, for a
Jake.
10-year-old movie, right?
I know that there's like a lot of my memories of things that happen, like I know are like haven't happened yet. So they're like smushed into these last 2 movies.
Mhm.
Which like I said before, is just kind of one of the reasons that like this wasn't as good for me, because I was like, oh man, that means there's so much left on these last 2. Like, so I'm a little like worried about like how much I'm going to enjoy the rewatch. but I still think it's going to be better than, you know, the 3 at the current bottom of the list.
Fuck you. You're just throwing strays for no reason now. You're just doing it for fun.
Me? What? I would never.
God,
I
right,
don't
for
know
a guy
what-
who couldn't even write down your
More time
full
around
name.
Sarah has changed you, Kevin.
What are you talking about? What? Cameron.
Is that a pirate flag behind you right now?
I'm actually changing my cat's
I
names.
swear you
They're
were
now-
doing a sea shanty right before we went live.
No, my cats are now Captain Hook and Smee. Like,
Walk the plank again, Cameron.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna put a board right outside my front door so that every time you leave, you have to walk the plank.
We actually
The-
talked last time we were on the phone that since I'm Pirate Sarah, Kevin could be like Commodore Kevin or some shit.
Yeah, that's what we did decide on.
He's gonna convert to the sea life.
Sarah went so aggressive with her pre-game videos. I should have just made a dartboard and thrown darts at pictures of
Yeah, you were
Kevin
the
and
only
Sarah,
one from
knowing
that-
what Kevin was gonna do to me.
We're the only one from the trailer cam that like that last trailer that didn't make merge. Like everybody else made it deep into the game.
Dang, Jake. He even had to throw the trailer. Like, dang, the trailer.
I don't know.
even-
Apparently the trailer brought everyone but Cameron good luck.
So good.
Yeah, what the fuck? To all you listening at home, I hate you. Because I know you all
Especially-
want to vote me out right away.
Especially you, Suz.
If I ever get on the real show and I get voted out pre-merge, I'm just gonna have to go like 0 Dark 30 for a long time and just stay off social media because I just know everyone I've ever played an org with is gonna be like, who didn't see that coming?
No, listen, if recent episodes of Survivor have taught me anything and like seeing fan reactions, somebody will still love you.
Yeah.
We
Rob
will.
Still love
Prince.
Bonnet.
That would be Cameron's Gmail.
Rob King,
name.
second chances. Stop it. No, I was there for 2 days. Like, get off.
Rob
Yeah.
Prince 420. at
That
AOL.
would be-
Prince
that would
420.
be-
It's all Kevin Stan accounts.
All right. Well, are we
I
ready
actually
to-
knew him. I voted him out before. I swear I've done it.
I swear I've done it.
I
Are
swear we
we-
were friends once, but then because I voted him out, he stopped talking to me when he
I
blew up.
swear
on
I'm just as cool as the people on the real show. I voted Cam out before the merge too.
All right. Well, are we ready to end this episode?
I'm never ready to end my time with you guys.
Oh my god.
All
I
right,
love
everybody
it.
say something positive and negative about the Half-Blood Prince so we don't end this on bullying Cameron more.
Okay.
Um,
Fuck
or
you,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Or let's
Um,
say something mean about the other two who don't get bashed as much.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fragile boy, so that's why.
My fine china little boy.
I'm a little bit.
I mean, fuck you, Sarah. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I love all of you. I don't know what else to
It's okay,
say.
Jake. You can say it to me too. It's fine.
No.
No, Jake would never.
I would never.
Also, did Romilda Vane not get punished for the love potion thing? Like,
She's that insignificant of a character that she didn't matter.
I mean, either she did and we just didn't see it because it doesn't matter, or no one cared enough about her to report it. Either
I
way.
feel like I need to read the books to see how much more involved these side characters are, like Cho Chang, who you see in the background of scenes and stuff.
Right. Or
Yeah,
even like
she-
Slughorn was supposed to give whatever to Dumbledore as a gift, like, and he just wasn't like, whoa, armchair, like you got to be careful what the fuck you're bringing into a school. You know what I mean?
Whoa, armchair.
Armchair.
Can we just
All
start
right,
calling
well-
Kevin armchair?
Recliner.
All right. Well, on that note,
hardly know her.
we must end this episode, but we will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.